Welcome back to the Hey Howdy Hi podcast. I am your host, Sierra Guajardo. Today's a very special day. Today's probably one of the best days in my podcast history. This is episode 7. And I'm so excited. I have a very special guest today. I have been trying to get this guest on for months. And we're both busy girls. It's fine. I get it. Once you figure out who it is, you'll get it. She's a busy girl. She is loved by so many of us. We love her. She's a Corpus girly. She's a local lover. I'd like to introduce to you Miss Wildrose, Miss Victoria Meek. Not Victoria Meek. Meek!
Yeah.
Yes.
Victoria.
I thought freezing on for a second. Welcome to the Hey Howdy Hi podcast.
Hello.
We're all so happy that you're here.
I know. Finally.
Finally.
It's been talked about so much, and we're finally here.
We're finally here. So grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your Wildrose jewelry because we have it on. We're all wearing it always. And let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So many reasons why I wanted you on this podcast was because I, one, love you. I'm so thankful that I met you. And 2, I want people to just whenever I have a friend that I love, I want everybody else to love them the way I love them too. But also, I want people to be able to tap into your brain. I want to tap into your brain because you're not just so creative. Well, hold on. You're not just Wildrose. You know, there's so much behind that that I feel like it doesn't get overlooked because your girls, the Wildrose babes, we appreciate all of it, you know? So I just want, how about you just start off with who you are?
Okay.
A little background, a little get to know me.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
So, I'm Victoria. Victoria Friesenhahn was my maiden name. So born and raised in Corpus Christi. So most people might know Friesenhahn over Meek, but I am Meek now. Forever I'll be Friesenhahn, but I'm Meek now. And we are the owner, creator of Wildrose. So I'm 32, about to be 33 in May, which is crazy. But I'm born and raised in Corpus Christi. And I feel like Wildrose just kind of happened really actually because of COVID.
Okay.
But since I was little, I've always had this love for creating and art. I just never knew where to challenge it and where to put it and where it was going. Since I was little, I think my grandma still has a painting I did when I was 3.
Yeah.
And then my parents have I went to I did a competition for art in middle school, and it's literally in my parents' hallway, and I always tell them take it down. It's hot pink and zebra, and I'm this doesn't go with the house, you know?
Yeah.
And then in high school, I found out actually after I left high school that my art teacher won Teacher of the Year, and he was so deserving because it was in high school. In middle school, I felt that after I did that competition, I felt that love for art. But in high school, I feel like he was the epitome of a great teacher because he saw a talent in me that I didn't see in myself.
Yeah.
And he was like, Victoria, I know this is just an elective, but I think you should come back and I think you should do AP art.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, oh, okay. So I did AP, and then he basically told me again, because I ended up going to state for art, which was insane. State, you go to state for other sports and stuff. And so when I experienced that, and that's kind of really what pushed me over the edge when I experienced it in art. We went to Houston, we went to the museums, which the art museums over there are insane. And then going to Vase was the most, I don't even really know how to describe it, being so young, but seeing younger kids do these amazing pieces of art, sculpt, all kinds of medium. I don't know how to work with pastel still to this day, but they're making art out of pastel, of sculptures, paintings, photographers, and it really just kind of set a fire. I was I've always been very, very like girly and since I was little, but I was definitely like the art kid in high school. I
Yeah.
had most people knew me. I had this giant portfolio that I would carry around because I was in AV art. And then senior year, I ended up deciding to like take it again, even though I didn't need to. And normally you're like able to leave early.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took it and I stayed late, and like that was just kind of like a glimpse of how much like I loved it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? I wanted to go to the art institutes, but I didn't really I not that I had the means, but neither of my parents went to college. I didn't really know how to like dabble into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came across culinary. Specifically, I think while I was in high school, I had already started taking cake decorating classes.
Okay.
And so I was taking cake decorating classes at Hobby Lobby, and I loved it. And some of the instructor there was she made cakes, and she talked about how much she made, and like I remember like talking to my mom thinking, well, maybe I can go to school for this because I feel like I'm still creating
Yeah.
and I like it and I'm good at it. So I went to Del Mar College, and just being there like in the art building, I've always just gravitated towards it, you know, and I just didn't know what my medium was. And then when I took it, I loved it, but I just realized like baking is such a science. It's not like culinary. You can't like add or, you know, fix it. Like it's a science.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's the humidity will throw it off, you know? So it was just like that's not something for me. And so after that, I like it's funny looking back and just seeing all of the journey, because I remember after that I started bartending and just going to school, and I actually met Jimmy, like I said here, and I was working at this bar and it was called Vino Mio,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so ahead of its time. Like if it would have been open now, you would have loved it.
It sounds familiar.
You would have loved it. It was the only wine bar. Dr. Brilling made the wine. There was like white cranberry Sauvignon Blanc. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was delicious. And even from there, I think every single person that walked in those doors was a creative, like either a
Cute.
musician, and it was they aimed to have jazz bands.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and there was this like huge terrarium, which I didn't know what a terrarium was, but it's like an aquarium but for reptiles. So there was birds and lizards and snakes.
How cool.
It was like a whole wall. It was so cool. And I remember walking in, I was like, I need to work here. But like I said, that was a part of the journey that I didn't even realize it was, because like I said, it was just musicians or
Yeah.
artists in all different capacities. I met Faye. Remember when we went to Pilates, and there was the cooking? She does the cooking
Yes.
classes, and she's been doing pasta classes. My name's doing the pasta
Cute.
classes. So yeah, I met her over there, and just like so many different creatives. And then I decided it was just a little bit too much as far as like working at the bar, going to college, getting off at like sometimes 4 in the morning, and
Mhm.
having to get to class by 9.
Mm-hmm.
So my uncle, because my parents and my uncle own affordable t-shirts,
Mm-hmm.
but my parents, or I mean, my uncle kind of, he runs it. So he was like, come work for me, come do our social media, come do all of our graphic design. And so it's like, okay, that makes sense. And I loved the graphic design aspect,
Mm-hmm.
but it was draining.
Yeah.
I love my family, but it was draining. And then that's kind of when I started taking over social media accounts. I like dabbled into the content
Mm-hmm.
manager for social medias. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And COVID hit, and my uncle was like, we have to close our doors, but you got to come up with some kind of designs, which my parents had been pushing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the support system I have has always been something so beautiful. At that time, I took it for granted,
Yeah.
you know, like I took it for granted. And still to this day, I made a homemade birthday card the other day, and they're like passing it around at the family table. Like, Victoria, you can make these, you could sell these. And I'm like, calm down.
Okay, yeah. I know what you
Yeah,
mean. It's
yeah.
like that family support where you're just like, no, like
Yes,
stop. My mom
yes.
does that a lot, and I'm just like, Mom, no one's going to buy this.
They believe in you so much. Though.
Yeah.
That's how strongly they believe in you. And so at that time though, I had created a shirt, and it said, it's cool to wash your hands. And it was a hand skull. A skeleton. So it said it was cool to wash your hands. And at that time, because of COVID, they were I was insinuating to do like an at-home tie-dye. And it hit off. It did really, really well.
I feel like I've seen this shirt.
Yeah.
You know who I've seen wear this? I think I've literally seen Ivana wear this shirt.
Okay, probably.
I think I've seen her wear that because I looked at it
probably.
one time and it just stood out to me, and I was like, "That's kind of cute."
Yeah.
That's
it's
crazy you
cool.
say that, and I remembered it. Was
Uh-huh.
it gray?
Well, people bleached it. So
Okay.
it kind of, I don't know exactly like what the colors, some of them were black, some of them were like had the bleach stains on
Yeah.
it. So it was like a tie-dye. It was a tie-dye. I mean.
Okay.
But it said it was cool to wash your hands, and then that was like a pun because of COVID, and they started doing good, and we started selling them. And I remember the day like Aaron kind of saw how they were doing, and he was like, "Should you start doing T-shirts? Like, should you start doing this?" And that's when I started the 361 shirt, and it kind of like the rest was just history. And from there, like it's blossomed so much, you know. It's turned in. We started with T-shirts, and then the Texas hats. And my best friend messaged me the other day. She's like, "Victoria, don't forget about the truckers because I need a new one." And I kind of have forgotten about that.
Yeah.
I've like forgotten about the hats. And then the other day when I opened pre-orders, we sold like 65 hats.
Wow.
And I'm like, the girls really love these hats.
The Texas
The
trucker?
Texas.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a trucker, or I didn't release them as truckers this time, but just bringing back like the TX hat in general. And like Wendy's a perfect example. I think she has every single color.
She does. You were there.
Yeah,
She
we
brought
were
them all out. And,
Yeah.
and I was like, girl, where do you hold these?
I know. Ivana is another one
Yeah.
that has like a bunch of them. The girls just love them, and since then it's been like this crazy build of community, and the girls like just supporting so much.
Yeah.
So it's been a really like crazy, beautiful journey.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you kind of gave background of you as an artist.
Yes.
Because that is who you are.
Mhm,
And I like
mhm.
that sometimes you'll even throw on your story like art that you've
Yeah.
done, which we forget.
Yeah.
She's an artist,
Yeah.
you know? And it's so cool and it's so fun. So like whenever you like have an idea for a shirt, take us through the process of like what you do.
So I feel like even with the name, the 361, the TX, it truly is just comes to me. And I mean, all glory to God, because I don't think it just comes. I don't think this idea just like comes in my mind. He's like placing it there. But I don't have like this crazy like backstory of those designs. They have just came to me. And why I like wanted to talk about like my love for art and all those different things is because it's gotten me to this point. Because I do know the screen printing process and the embroidery. I've been fortunate enough to have learned so much at social media in graphic design, but with my family owning affordable T-shirts, like these designs are like done by hand. Send them to my uncle. He's vectorizing them. We're printing screens that like, you know, I've been there, and we're printing screens at like 8:00 at night. And then we're burning them. And so you would get the image, you vectorize it, you print it on a transparency. That transparency gets put on a screen. That screen, it's kind of like photography, gets put on with some solution, and then it has to like be put outside because it has to get exposed with the lighting and the solution. And then you have to, it basically burns the image into the screen. Then you power wash it, and it power washes the image out of the screen. And then that's when you can put it on your like printer and line it up. And then each color is a screen. So I always do ones and twos. You don't see a lot of like screen or designs with like a bunch of colors, because I really truly just try to keep it easy on my uncle.
Yeah.
Because like I know those things, you know, and I know that I'm gonna be like, hey, if I put this order in, can I get it done in a week? You know, so I always try to make it easy for him. But it definitely is a detailed process that a lot of people don't know how that like process goes. And I've just been really fortunate enough with my family having that and having that to my ability. And that's really like why it started though too, was my family being in this business already and understanding it has allowed me to screen print and then embroider. And then that's when I got into wholesale and like found that avenue. But the designs just kind of, yeah, they've just kind of come. I remember after doing a few for like during that time of COVID, I wanted to make a t-shirt that was a Corpus t-shirt, but didn't scream like Corpus on it.
Yeah.
So I truly can't remember how the Roman numerals 361 came in my head, but I thought, why don't I do the Roman numerals 361 and then put the image of Christ on the back, because that's what Corpus Christi means.
Mm-hmm.
And that one really, I mean, it's one of my favorite shirts to this day. And I love seeing out. The back piece is just so cool.
It's so good. I wear it to church because like we have like a certain wardrobe we can wear on stage, and I like to wear it to Devo. It's like our college ministry. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's just so cool because it's like it's chill, but then like Christ on the back, and it's
and
so
the image
good.
of Christ is so good. I love like the old cathedral, medieval like art. Even just like the new one that I did, I knew I wanted to do something that has like, there's just so much depth to those images and so detailed. But yeah, so that's kind of the process. We were at a jiu-jitsu competition for Aaron the other day. And this guy was walking and I was like, "Did you see a shirt?" And he's like, "No, I missed it." And I'm like, it made me think of an idea. It had nothing to do with what I thought of, but it just came to me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited because I want to start working on that shirt.
Cute.
Yeah. So and I won't give it away, but it's a cute idea. I'm excited to do that. So they kind of just come
They
as they
just
may.
hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they,
That's the fun part, and that's like, you know, the artistry
yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
I love that now people who didn't know now know when they shop local, they're shopping local who uses local.
Yes.
You know, which is
Yes.
such a good thing. You know,
100%.
I know not always it's not always gonna be local because I mean you want to create stuff too, but that's really good to know that it's not just one local; it's several locals that you're supporting when they shop Wildrose.
Yes.
So you used to start whenever you first started with Wildrose, you had a lot of clothes, right? You didn't have jewelry.
Yeah.
That's the part a lot of people don't realize.
100%.
And I didn't realize that for a while until you mentioned, like, I actually didn't start with jewelry. I started with clothes.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so after the shirts and the hats did well, it got me in the avenue of just deciding to roll with it, to start Wildrose. It started because it originally started off with Wildrose Designs. I knew for a fact that I didn't want to do custom t-shirts because, like, been there, done that, don't want to do custom shirts. But I wanted to stay in the apparel and I wanted to make it me, and that's just always been such a love, like a huge love. So I got into wholesale and I started to bring in clothes, and that was the first start. Like, I don't want to say start of Wildrose, I guess, but that was the start of the whole avenue of me selling pieces and just making it more than the t-shirts and the hats. And it did good. It just wasn't moving like I wanted it to do, but also we were just beginning.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly why you didn't know about it. It was in the very, very beginning. So the girls that know. But it was a short period. And then I'm trying to think, I feel like after that, I took a break. I stopped. And at that time, though, I had came across Ellie Vale, which was the first waterproof jewelry that I knew about. And I remember I had all my girlfriends on Ellie Vale.
Yeah.
It's funny to see like every girlfriend now wearing Wildrose because I came across Ellie Vale on social media. I loved it. She used to do a $25 sale every Friday and send like text messages. And all my girlfriends would wear it because I loved it so much. Once I came across the waterproof, it was just a game changer.
Yeah.
Like, I've always loved jewelry so much. I just didn't even realize like that was going to be what started so much for me.
Yeah.
But it's funny is looking back. I mean, I just loved jewelry so much. Found the waterproof jewelry. And then since I was already in wholesale, I found wholesale brands that were selling it. And I was like, oh, they're not doubling these prices. They're like not even quadrupling these price. This price is 100% marked up, you
Yeah.
know? So I feel like what I've tried to make Wildrose into is just everything that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I love. And for me as a shopper, I want to shop affordable,
Yeah.
you know? So I made it to where I can make a profit and my girls don't have to break their bank.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the start of bringing in jewelry. And since then, like, it's just, you know, made its own path for itself. And, but now that we're like established, we're definitely bringing back clothes in, which I'm excited. And I do think that I want to do it to where it's just certain seasons,
Mm-hmm.
not all the time. I want to make it very exclusive because I kind of mentioned this like on social media and my stories. I love my Target. I love my TJ Maxx. Like my everyday pieces are not going to be a feathered top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's $80 or
Yeah.
over $80, but it's going to be a fun staple piece that I want in my closet that I'm going to use multiple times, and that's kind of how I want Wildrose pieces to be. I want them to be like very unique and different, and you're buying for an occasion, you're buying for a vacation or just something very specific.
I like that because it really is who you are.
Mhm.
Like, I know you to have the dress for every event. Not even the dress, but the outfit. It doesn't matter what event it is. You just have the perfect outfit for it. So I like
Thank
that
you.
now you're giving us a chance
Yeah.
to be kind of like be in your closet.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And I definitely have thought of that going into it because the amount of times I've gotten like style me, and it's just not something that I like would do anymore because people also don't know this, but I used to work at BCBG inside of Dillard's, and I used to style people. We would have to style people a lot, and as much fun as it is, do you need a pause?
No.
Oh, okay. As much fun as it is, it wasn't something that I wanted to do because there are some really good stylists here locally. That style, like the first one that comes to my mind is Alexa at Julian
Yeah.
Gold, but even like Anna with her thrifting,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a whole avenue and it's so much fun. But with this, it's like I'm styling you from a distance, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm hand picking these pieces that 100% I would wear and that I like truly love. So it's fun in that aspect too, because it really is like, let's share a closet, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Is like just seeing everything on social media, but then like I know you, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know how like
Yeah.
she's so cool that she did this and she did this. So take us through your brain for a second.
Okay.
Creative, mind, marketing, all of it. That's like my favorite thing to talk about is marketing. I, from a distance before, like we met in person, we were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I just loved watching your reels. I have such appreciation for creativity and like quality, everything, the whole shebang. And I would just like binge your stuff. I'm like, dude, this girl knows exactly what she's doing. She's so good. Where is this shore at? And it takes me back to, I think you put your jewelry in like the beach.
Uh-huh.
And I commented on this one video of yours. And it was just such a good video. And like the waves came up on the shore right over like some of your jewelry. It was just such a good one. But that's just like not even half. It's just the tiniest percent of all of the cool things that you do come up with.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you. I think that's where I truly like love what I do the most. So many different aspects of it, of curating the pieces, bringing them in, wearing them myself, but creating the content is my favorite thing. It is hard. Jesslyn just asked if I would do like a social media class. And as much as I love it, I feel like I'm not the best to explain it. Because it's kind of like when these ideas come, they just come.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll have an idea in my brain, like I want this exact clip.
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you what clip I want.
Yes.
She asked me to do a class too, and I was
Yes.
like, I would love to.
I would love to.
But
It's hard to explain it because I want to say that I have a strategy and I like am so organized and I shoot contents on these days. That is not the case at all whatsoever.
That's what we should be
that's
doing.
what we should, that's what I wish I was doing, because honestly it would save me so much time and like effort and
Same.
just sane of mind. No, when Aaron had his jiu-jitsu tournament, we were about to leave. Like, we're packed up. He's everything in the car. And I stopped and he looks at me. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Can you take a picture of me really, really fast? Because I just saw this image in my head and I haven't posted it, but it's like, it's my pocket. The glasses are hanging out of it. You can see my new rings and it's just a close up." And I'm like, "Just get this tiny, like, don't get me at all. Get this." And he did a really good job.
I see it.
But like,
That's cool.
sometimes that stuff really just comes and it happens. And I think I'm truly just such a procrastinator in general. I've been trying to plan my content. I get a lot of inspiration online. Content at the same time, I think why it also people find it so appealing is because as staged and as beautiful as it may look, it's still very raw and very authentic, because I'm just like coming up with it in that moment. And even though truly like Wildrose is about aesthetics and I do love aesthetics, I just want to create beautiful things. And so I try to put that into every single post that I'm creating. I also feel like I do truly try to take a very editorial take to my content.
Definitely.
Just because I love like, I feel like I can snowball into this into so many different things, but like, I love being from Corpus and I love being a creative from Corpus. And so I want to bring that like different avenue. When I'm creating my content, I try to think of it being different for the fact of like, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm like the first doing it here or the only one, but I'm really trying to be like just different here where we are. So I try to take a very editorial take. I think the main keys in content though is being true to yourself. So capturing the beauty in your best ability, and lighting is huge. You know what I mean? Lighting is truly everything. And just capturing it with what you can. Like, I feel like some people have that vision, and if they have that vision, then they can make it happen.
Yeah.
I used to also be a makeup artist. So many different hats, right? But like, I remember when I first met Raina, she also had that like love for makeup, and she was about like all the products and all these different things. And I remember just feeling like if you're a good artist, then you're going to be able to make that shadow like blend flawlessly. Yes, maybe some expensive branded brushes and a certain palette will make a huge difference, but if you're a good artist, you're going to make it look good.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's kind of just like, I'm just going to work with what I have and I'm going to make it look good. I just posted that, like the pictures of some jewelry on like vases, and it was literally, I'm in front of the toilet in my restroom. And I wanted to post that because so many pictures and so much stuff is so aesthetically pleasing, but it's not what it seems.
Yeah. And I like that.
I
I like that you shared that, because is that where you take your photo booth pictures?
Yes, that is. Yes.
I remember one time, I don't know what you did. I don't know if you showed me like the unedited picture or something, but it was your restroom. And I was like, dude, this looks sick. Like, this looks like you're in a photo booth. I love that.
No, it's that velvet curtain. So technically it's not a shower curtain. It's just velvet curtains. But in that, like, I use the Tezza app. The photo booth Tezza app. The velvet behind just, it captures the whole photo booth
And you
you
have
know?
good lighting in your restroom.
Thank you.
It-
You know, actually, the lighting is a little hard. It's a very, very small bathroom.
Mhm.
It's the first room in the house that we've like officially done. And so it is my favorite because, like, from ceiling to floor, everything has changed. Or not like everything has changed, but we've created it how we wanted it. It's really small. So I guess it's just where I am because it's like lighting right there.
Yeah.
But it is kind of dim in there, actually.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's like, I'm like this far away.
It
from
looks-
where I'm taking the photo, so it's like lighting right there.
It was so good. It looks so good.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
those bathroom pictures,
Thank
they're
you.
very
Yeah.
good.
If you see the velvet curtains, I'm in the restroom. I'm in the restroom.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, I do. I feel like that's one of my favorite things about you is like we're both Corpus lovers, you know? I've never been a Corpus hater. I get it. You know, I definitely get it.
I have actually.
Really?
Yeah.
A Corpus hater.
I was a Corpus hater.
Okay.
I was.
So what changed?
I think I changed.
Period.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Corpus was always beautiful
Mhm.
and like always wonderful. I changed. I changed what I was surrounding myself with and how I viewed things. And when you step back and look at like life through a different perspective, it everything changes, you know? And that's like a lot of Wildrose journey. And I know this is like a whole part of I think why I was like nervous to talk about things and just be vulnerable because it's like how I don't know how much we're spilling on this. But Wildrose is definitely just like my story. So a lot of my story, and I'm gonna try like not to get emotional.
Mhm.
But a lot of different things in life like people don't know. Like people don't know I was a makeup freelancer at Mac, or I was like into arts since elementary, or all these different aspects. Or that I was a Corpus hater, you know, like didn't always love Corpus. I definitely wanted to leave. I wanted to go to Austin. I wanted to like just live in that artsy, you know, city. With all of this, like, and one of the reasons I'd been praying on it and I'd been really trying to figure out how to say what I wanted to say, or just exactly how I wanted to say it. Sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought at the same time. A lot of people just don't know, obviously, everybody's story. It's not things that you like put out there all the time. With me saying that I was a Corpus hater was just a certain time of my life. And now that I've been at this point and Wildrose is doing so well and they see like Meet Victoria or V Friesenhahn, I've been getting so many, like, you're so inspiring, you're so creative. And one of the things that I did want to come up on here and say, because if I can influence you to buy a ring or wear a certain nail set or go to a coffee shop, like the thing that I want to influence is to get out of that relationship. A lot of people don't know, like I was in a very abusive relationship. And as crazy as it sounds, like I'm actually really grateful for that season because it's shaped me and it led me to Aaron, which is so crazy because he's like in our wedding vows, I told him like he was my muse for Wildrose. He sorry.
He's the best.
He like truly made me believe in God again. You know, like we both did that for each other. And we talk about it all the time because since I've met him, life has been like a movie. It's been euphoric. I remember when we were driving home from our wedding, we were just crying and crying and crying. And we're like, what's happening? And like, I don't know if you've ever done mushrooms before, but
No.
feels like we're tripping. Like, it was crazy. It was so euphoric. It was so like, and it's been like that. It's been this outer body experience of like love. And we truly, like, he's the reason I believe in God again, because there's no other explanation to have met this person and like have this unconditional love, insecurity, and peace. And with that season of me being in such a bad relationship, I was living in my own hell because that person was dragging me down with them. And it, even though it was so bad, and I would be grateful for Aaron no matter what, I'm so much more grateful because I know what it could have been.
Yeah.
What it could have been. And as like, a lot of people don't know this because of so many different reasons, I don't talk about it, but also I'm the girlfriend that like, I'm going to give you tough love. Like, I'm not like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
No.
My friends were in bad relationships in high school, and I was always like, you're stupid. You need to get out of that. Why are you doing this? And a lot of the time, like, they saw it, but they didn't see a lot of it because I didn't share a lot of it, because I knew, like, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to talk about too, because sometimes you don't even realize you're in an abusive relationship, because it doesn't start off that way.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, it can just be verbal. And that's, a lot of it was mainly verbal abuse. And I don't want to be like, I don't consider myself a victim, but eventually it did get physical. And the girls that, if you're in something that is painful and not peaceful, get out.
Yeah.
Get out, because one, like, God has something so much bigger and so much beautiful. And once you remove yourself from like those toxic relationships, and I know how hard it is, because the thing that people don't talk about too is toxic relationships are addicting.
Yeah.
It's addictive. It became an obsession. There's so much guilt that goes into it, and you just want to fix what you've been manipulated to believe was all of your fault. And you don't want to leave because you feel like so heavy, and you want to fix it. And that was like a huge part of it. And I lost friendships over it. And like I said, it sometimes I don't think you understand that you're in this really, really bad relationship, and you just think like it's gonna get better, or it's just name calling. But eventually it'll turn into such dark things, such dark things that you feel like you can't go to anybody anymore. You can't tell somebody that like you're experiencing these things. You feel shame.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much shame. I recently have just like told my girlfriends like fully what has happened, because I was like, I didn't stay in something like that. Like, that wasn't me. That's not Tori. Like, I'm seriously the first friend to be like, you're stupid. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even doing that to myself, And I want to, like, if this can influence anybody, any girl, is to get out of that. Because good men, this is not to also like talk down on men in general. Like, there are 100% good men. For the longest time, I like hated Corpus. I hated men. And I was just like, even though Wildrose is so good, just independent, like boss babe mentality. And truly, that's not the mindset that's going to like make you succeed in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I finally just like let go and focused on myself that God was like, Victoria, I have all of this for you. Like, I have this whole thing planned. And so that's why it's been like so beautiful with the community and the girls and just like all of it. Because I like, everything is so beautiful. I say that so much, but like I know how bad it could have been, and I know how it could have, and like I all this love and passion for all of these things were always there, but I was secluding myself so much, and now I have this support system that I've always had. I've always had this amazing support system. But once I left that, I was like finally able to be myself. Finally able to be myself because I finally was in a secure, like healthy relationship. And yeah, I don't even know fully where I was going with that. But if I can change anybody's perspective, if you can know anything about me that you didn't, is that like I left that, and so can you.
Mm-hmm. That's so good. Thank you for sharing that. I feel like there's a lot of girls that can relate, and not even just in a relationship, but with friends, family, everything. But I know so many people are going to appreciate that you shared that, because it means a lot. Just being vulnerable with your girls means so much. Even with me, like I was like, oh no, we're crying today. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think that's truly too what has been. There's no way I can leave today without like giving so much credit to my girlfriends. My girls have. There's Wildrose, and the seeds of Wildrose is them. Like they're the seeds. They have put my name into rooms that I'm not there. Like I have this amazing group of girlfriends that like love. God's given me so many forms of like true love. It's so beautiful, and they're definitely that. Like I have so many soulmates is kind of like what we like to say, and how I like to like perceive it, because my girls are my seeds, and it's just been having that support system. Like it means everything, having that support system. When you have that community and that like backbone, they're my backbone, through everything.
You really do have such a good group of friends. And I love when y'all get together and like just have little parties and post about it. It's so cute. I love that you said they're the seeds of Wildrose.
They're the seeds of Wildrose, 100%.
That's beautiful. 100%. So what inspired you to call it Wildrose?
So, like I kind of mentioned, through Wildrose, I really wanted to just like give a glimpse of myself. My middle name is Rose, so I knew I wanted to keep Rose. And it's kind of been just something like the content, like everything else, it kind of just came to me.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And at first I was keeping it, like a lot of people will say it with, or write it with 2 letters. And now officially I like to put it together.
You know what? No, I realized that like a few months ago, I was like, I love that Wildrose is one word.
Yeah.
It's not 2 words.
Be one word. Wildrose all together.
And sometimes when I say it, I'm like, Wildrose. And it's like, I'm like, how come I heard somebody say Wild Rose. Yeah. And I'm like, you said it wrong. Like, respectfully, you said it wrong. It's not 2 words. It's one. But I realized that because my bag said Wildrose in one word. Like the bags you give us,
Yeah, so it came to me, obviously, like I said, Rose is a part of me, so I wanted it to be something that was a part of me, just like every other aspect of it. But I do love the concept after it came to me, and just going into what a wild rose is. And sometimes I really find myself fascinated when I am somewhere, and even if it's not a flower, but like there's concrete or there's nothing there, and you see this one little like sprout of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see this one sprout of life that's just completely wild, like completely from the earth, all by itself. So just the idea of like an actual wild rose to me is just so beautiful.
Rare.
Yeah. It can, and it goes into like there can be beauty from absolutely like nothing. It's just like what God has given us,
I love that.
There's like there's so much depth into it. There's so much like beauty. I think it coming to me, it was all like meant to be.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I definitely, just hearing your story, I can see God's hand through all of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really inspiring. And you really do inspire so many people. And I was going to say earlier, I love that you remind people to love where they're from.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I feel like, just like you saying you were a Corpus hater,
Yeah.
you had to learn how to fall back in love
Yes.
and just fall back in love and just be thankful
Yes.
for where you live,
Mhm.
you know, and it blows my mind sometimes that there's people that have never seen a beach,
Yeah.
that have never gone to the
Yeah.
beach. Like that
Yeah.
blows my mind. And
Yeah.
it's like, duh, like there's people that live in like, you know, like, I don't even know,
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
They're never going to see a beach. Like that
But
blows my
even like
mind.
people here,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
North Texas, like everywhere. I'm just like, what do you mean you've never seen a beach? Like we're in Texas. But I like that you use your content as a way to like plug back in like Corpus. Like, hey, look how pretty this place actually is. You know, romanticize
yes,
where you're from.
romanticizing everything.
And that's definitely something you started doing like last year, was reminding people to romanticize their life.
100%.
And it really did inspire me for a second. And I was like, you know what? She's so right. I love that you inspire your friends too, you know? And I just like, I'm like, I really do need to remember where I'm from and remember like that downtown isn't dirty and gross.
Yeah.
It's actually really beautiful and really historic
100%.
and just good things around here, you know?
It's so beautiful. Some of Aaron's friends and family had came down after the wedding because he's not from here, and we took him to the beach, and he's like, this is like what you guys have. And I thought to myself, like, we don't even do this much. We should, you know, we should come. It's just right here. Like I definitely took it for granted. So now it's like, yeah, I don't take any of this lightly. I don't take having like the support, because some people don't have that. Like some people don't have the support. Some people don't have these beautiful views. Like we're so lucky to live where we live and have such a beautiful city. And I love that it's not a big city.
Yeah.
Cuz look at what we're doing, and we're able to do these things, and it's not oversaturated here. You know, like you're creating a path for yourself. As a Corpus creative, it's so cool because we are still so local. You know what I mean? We're so local, and you're doing it, and it's just like such a beautiful thing, highlighting like to look at life and see all the highlights. I think that's what I love about social media. There's so much beauty to it. It can, you know, everything could be looked at different ways, but sometimes everybody's like, oh, it's a highlight reel. And they say that in a negative way, but it's so beautiful because people are highlighting all of the beautiful things in life.
Yeah.
And though it may not be like real and reality all the time, like getting a coffee in the morning and going and praying by the beach, like don't take that lightly. Like that is the beautiful thing that you're able to do that, you know? Like these are all just like such blessings. So I definitely try to capture that within like all the content in Wildrose, because romanticizing everything I think is just important to live a happy life.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like, what's the right word? Like, do you have like a dream collab, a dream project
A dream project
that you would love to do with Wildrose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a list of them. No, we are definitely like, I feel like living in our dream right now. One person that has like been so influential for me is Tatiana Soch. I love to hand write things. And so a lot of my like t-shirts and stuff, obviously like my logo, it's all the things that I've created. And I remember the first time I came across Tatiana Soch, like just, I feel like when you see her content, you know it's her.
Yeah.
But her handwriting was just so beautiful. I just loved it. She was a graphic designer, but for like a girly girl, you know, and I loved that.
Yeah.
She was creating that path of like this girly girl graphic design, because graphic design, not that it's like a masculine thing in any way, but she definitely set this path of like this beautiful, specific, like feminine graphic design. And she was a hand letterist, and I remember just like following her and loving her and resharing her. And then one day she followed me back, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she was such an inspiration. She still is such an inspiration. On top of her, if you don't know who Tatiana Soch is, on top of her graphic design being I want to say she considers herself a hand letterist. She posts inspirational posts.
Mhm.
So it's like just inspiring 360. She's when you wake up, and if you were to see her content on your phone, it's like this inspiring quote done in such a beautiful way. Like, I don't know how you couldn't like her.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So when she started following me, I was just like in awe. And then she put in an order. Before I even sent her something, she put in an order. And I like remember having to double look at it. Like, wait, did she just order something for me? So she ordered something, and then I reached out and I'm like, please let me send you a PR package. And she's like, yeah. And so from then, I mean, she's worked with JLux. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a brand online that's done really well. And she did a collab with them. And she came out with like a whole binder and sticky notes and envelopes and letters. And I remember I sent it to Aaron, and he bought it for me because he knew how much I loved her.
Yeah.
And then this past 2025, she reached out to do a collaboration. And I was like, I screenshot it. I didn't even respond back to her. I sent it to my girlfriends. I sent it to Aaron, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, this feels just crazy because I love her so much. So to be doing something with her, it's just everything. And we collabed on a notebook. So we are in the works of creating a whole drop for that.
How fun.
But the notebooks are so beautiful. She has like a quote on there. And then she works with this woman that is a letter press, and it's Inky Press online. And she's like, I remember when I was doing my wedding invitations, I had looked into it. She's so expensive.
Yeah.
But for good reason. Like, she hand presses everything. She has this old like industrial press. It's gorgeous. And like just the paper that she uses. But Tatiana does a lot of the graphic designs for this press.
Oh, okay.
So when she had reached out to do a collaboration, I just like said yes. I really didn't even go over details. That probably was the best, but I didn't go over details. And then come to find out, her name is Chelsea with Inky Press, is the one who created the notebooks. And she's just like such an artist in herself. So it's really, really cool. I mean, I'm just honored, one, that she sees like interest in me in general. And I'm excited to meet her. I'm excited to get that tattoo, but I'm really, really excited about the notebook drop.
I know.
And I have some really, really cool ideas for it. So I haven't fully planned everything out for the drop, but I have so many ideas, and we're working on that right now. And then I'm debating whether or not to drop them at the next takeover, because we are having another Wildrose takeover.
And tell us about that for those that don't know or have never been to a Wildrose takeover.
For those that don't know or haven't been, my Emma, my sweet, beautiful Emma with Weird Corpus. I've been working with Emma for a really long time now, actually, and she has been such a light in my life, like, and has just always been the first to open a door and scream out my name and been like, come. I actually have a message from her. I need to respond. She invited me to something this weekend, but just always so, so, so uplifting. And so I have done plenty of the Weird Corpus. So Emma puts on the Weird Corpus at the Art Museum every third Thursday of every month, and she curates this event. So their last one was Emo Night, and they always do Emo Night. I don't know. I feel like it's a specific month, but it's so cool, and she curates the vendors, and it's just always such a beautiful curated event. And then being at the Art Museum is really cool. So last year she reached out and asked me to specifically curate the third Thursday Weird Corpus event in July. And so I was like, okay, curate it. She's like, yes, you have complete range. Bring in all of your favorite vendors, whoever you want to bring in. Like, this is going to be whatever you want. So we decided to call it the Wildrose Takeover, because I was taking over and picking them. And The first one was in July, and you came.
I was
Always
yes.
so supportive, but you came, and the girls came.
Yeah.
The girls came. The girls came out. It was insane. We hit over 400 people, which was crazy.
You know, that's when I met Jesslyn.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We brought Jesslyn. She had,
Mhm.
I mean, that was so cool too, right? She had the nail bar.
Mhm.
We had Roaming Gardens, who's one of my favorite florists. Euphoria with the perfumes and just all of the sweet goal. Like, I love her pastry. So many amazing vendors here in Corpus Christi. And then we had one again in December for a holiday market, and that one surpassed 600 people.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm hoping just to make this bigger and better every time.
Like, what can you do now? Like,
right?
What else can you do?
I know. Well, I've been in contact with some vendors from Victoria, Texas.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And so actually Emma also like sparked that idea. We sat and we had a meeting, and she's like, okay, so I want you to host one again in July. And I'm just throwing this out there because, you know, she was like, you can curate it. But what about bringing vendors in from out of town? And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. So I have already lined up somebody from San Antonio that has an athletic brand.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's really cool. And she's actually from Corpus, I believe. But yeah, I'm excited to bring her in, excited to bring some vendors from Victoria. It's going to be really, really good.
How
and so, like I
exciting.
said, I'm debating whether or not to do the drop for the notebooks then.
Yeah.
But we definitely have that in the works, have the takeover in the works. We've got a lot of really good things coming.
Oh
I'm really
my
excited.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Y'all hear it now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brain's just going.
It's going to be
you.
good.
How exciting.
It's going to be really good.
I'm like, what can you do now
I know.
that can just push the limits?
I know.
Respectfully, you know,
Res-
by following the
Yeah,
rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what else can you do that'll just be like, whoa, like, how is this in here?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I know. No, there are some things that I wish I could bring in. Like, I don't know if we can, but it's like things that I definitely still want to do an event. So there's so many different like ideas that we have going on right now. I'm trying to be like extra creative, and this one will be in July. So just keeping an eye out too on different vendors, but I want it to feel, I mean, truly how the last two have felt. Like, you're not in Corpus. The girlies have a reason to get dressed. Come with your best friends, take the cute photos, shop, do all of the things, like all these fun activities that you like feel like you can only do out of town or in a big city. I want to bring that to Corpus. So definitely keeping the same energy in July, just bigger and better.
Yeah.
So
I remember
excited.
the first one, Hey Howdy, I was there, and it was so much fun. And I just remember seeing everybody in like their outfits.
Yes.
Because I feel like the first one had a different theme than like the second, you know? The first one, everybody's outfits were so good. And the second. And the second one, I was like, oh, I need to dress up this time.
No, I loved that the girls dressed up.
Yes.
Like, they wore the cute outfits.
I feel like when you like remind people like this is your itinerary for the day.
Yeah.
Go, you know, get a little bite to eat before or a little drink before, come to the event, and then go to dinner afterwards, you know? Take the pictures.
Take
like
the
I love
photos.
when people just like go with the theme.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and you went to the art museum and we were taking photos like
Yes.
outside. Yeah. And see, I definitely want to encourage that again because there's such pretty views, and then the sunset, like, you know, just all of the girly things that we love to do. Yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I know. I'm really,
Wildrose
really
Takeover is
excited.
like the event that all the girlies just love.
Yeah. Put it in your calendar. Third Thursday of this July. So excited.
This July. And you said it's going to be annually?
It's going to be annually. Yes. So Miss Emma has asked me to do it annually. So the holiday, I'm going to have to think of even bigger and better. But right now, I'm really excited to bring some of the vendors in that that I have in mind for this one in July. One specifically, it's going to be a different florist, but she also has like a perfume bar. It's different. It's just very different.
Yeah.
Very, very different. Her aesthetics is, she's just such an artist and a master at her craft. So I'm excited to bring in some new faces.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't
But there's so many different other collabs that I have a list too of things that I'm like, can't wait for what the future is going to hold and what's going to happen from here on out. I'm excited.
Well, we're all going to be there rooting for you, supporting.
Yeah.
Because that's so fun.
You.
I want to know one more thing.
Okay.
What inspired you to name all of your pieces after girls' names?
So it's funny because that happened, like that question comes up a lot. I definitely just wanted to keep the pieces close and know them. You know, I want to know these pieces. And I think the easiest way for me to do that was to start naming them after all of my favorite ladies.
Yeah.
So I actually kind of need to redo some of the names because in the very beginning was like Nora and Cora, who's my mom and my, you know, my baby. And so some of them I need to bring back and redo, but it's been a journey as far as like we're still learning and growing and everything is new and I'm really just don't know what I'm doing even though it seems like maybe I do. So honestly, naming them after women that I know and love has helped me tremendously because my POS system, like I've mentioned, is just kind of chaotic. And so it's like when somebody sees it, sometimes I like bringing it up, it gets complicated, but I'm like, oh, that is the Sierra. Like I know the Sierra. Sierra is the howdy, like the hat, you know what I mean? And so it just, I know those pieces and then I get associated with the person and it feels connected. And so it helps me because we've got so many different pieces. And every time somebody comes, they're like, how do you remember? And I'm like, well, they're some of my best friends. Yeah. Like I know them and I love them. And it definitely makes it easier for me. So I love that. I love that aspect because I don't think I can remember it if I didn't know like the names of them.
And it's just sweet, you know. I love that. It's a little touch.
Yeah,
it's a little fun touch, and I think it also makes like your girls feel like special.
Yeah, 100%. I had that. Like 3 or 4 Stephanies just by the Stephanie.
Oh my God.
Buy it just because it's named Stephanie, you know, and I love that. I love that because I truly try to do everything with intention and I want you like to love it. And I think why the girls have responded to it so well is because they see that authenticity in it and those are the little details. You know, I feel that's something that I always try to look at, whether I'm like planning a dinner party or doing Wildrose. Like I want you to see all the little details. Yeah
And it definitely does not go unnoticed. You know, I feel like we definitely appreciate the finer details in Wildrose. You know, what is something that you would tell somebody that wanted to start a business on their own, like Wildrose or just in general? Like what some advice you would give a new business owner wanting to try?
Just do it. Truly, like just do it. Just go for it. You're gonna fail. You know, that's 1,000% okay. I can't tell you how many times I've like sent to the wrong address or like misspelt something or, you know, a jump ring opens and I have to fix a jewelry, you know, like it's little things are going to happen. The fact that you're going for it and trying, that's all that matters. And we fail and we learn from those things and it's all a learning process and gets scary, you know, it gets scary. And it's vulnerable, but the reward is so beautiful. And if it's truly your passion, then you should absolutely go for it because life is too short.
It really is.
Life is too short to not be waking up and doing something that you love or just be happy, you know? So if you have an idea that God has been pushing on your heart over and over again, that idea is there for a reason and you just do it. And go with it, and you're going to learn along the way.
Oh, just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I was so nervous about this.
I know. I told you. Like, don't be nervy.
Yeah.
Don't be nervy. We were we behaved.
Yeah, we did.
We
I
behaved.
did. That's really what I was worried about, is me saying something that that I should not have said.
No, I was like, no, we'll behave. We'll behave. Not that we're wild or anything.
Yeah.
Just a little Wildrose here
Not
and
anymore.
there. That's funny. Okay, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at www.shopwildrose.us.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about your socials?
Socials is going to be at shopwildrose_. And then for all of my local girlies, we do offer porch pickups. So once you shop online, you get all the way to payment. You got to put your email in, get to payment, and then you can change shipping.
I'm glad you
to
said
pick
that.
up. Yeah, it gets confusing, and I get the question all the time. I had somebody the other day that I know shops with me because she's not new, but she was like, I can't change it to pickup. And I'm like, oh yeah, you've got to put your payment in. So once you get to payment and you've got to put your email, then you can change shipping to pickup. And then it'll give you information from there how to pick up.
Love that.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. This was so much fun.
It was. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you for coming. We're definitely going to do a part 2.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring someone.
Yeah.
We'll just have some fun.
Yes.
Have a little funsies.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. Please go follow Victoria. We love her so much. We just love Wildrose. We're Wildrose girls over here. You will never not see me wearing my Wildrose jewelry. I just love all my pieces.
Thank
And
you.
they just don't tarnish. I can
Thank
shower
you.
with them.
Yes, you can shower with them 100%. And I'm a super, extremely sweaty gym girly. So, you can sweat in them too.
Love
Ocean,
that.
yeah,
My
everything.
fave.
But thank you. Thank you for always supporting me and always showing so
Always.
much love.
I will. I always will. It's
Mhm.
my fave. Well, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next week. And that is all. Peace.